Checking in with folks that'll be following the ISMA and MSS tour this year. This guy right here, we got to know him a lot there at the end of the year. I helped him out during one of the Fast Fridays. Got to learn a lot about these winged Supermodifieds. Kenyon Zitzka got in 4 starts last year. Best finish was 10th. Worst finish was 12th. Lorraine, Oswego. And, of course, he'll be coming back this year. His brother is actually overseas for a little bit, so Kenyon will be starting the year in the car. He will once again share time with his brother Ryan. So let's head on down to Charleston, South Carolina. Right on the beach is 44-year-old Kenyon Zitzka. He actually works for the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration. Pretty smart guy. He works on ships. How we doing today, sir?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on, Doug.
Thanks for making time for me. Feeling better. Told me you were a little under the weather last week. You better now?
Oh, yeah. Dealing with a little bit of bronchitis. Was up actually working on a car last week, so the cold weather kind of got to me. Now I'm down here in sunny South Carolina dealing with pollen and all that fun stuff.
It always gets me at this time of year, too. It's amazing how that works out. I saw some stuff on Facebook. I saw you doing some work to the car. What were we doing?
Just tore the car down to give it a good once-over, make sure we didn't crack anything. We put it on the wall a couple times last year. A couple of humbling learning experiences there, so wanted to make sure we don't miss any welds or tubes that got cracked and bent up, and there were some embossments that we found that were ovaled out, so we drilled those out and welded in new mounting points and things like that. Nothing too crazy, and gave it a good paint job, and the car's starting to go back together. Got the engine down to Morolo's down in Elmira for refreshing, and looking forward to the start of the season here.
Now, you mentioned you learned something and you were humbled a little bit. What did you learn, and what happened in these crashes?
Just a little bit of racecraft, I would say, for Ryan, and on my part, when I crashed it at Oswego, just leave no stone unturned as far as replacing stuff that's questionable on the car, because I think my failure was not replacing a spindle due to that from the first crash. So we wanted to tear the car apart this year and make sure we don't miss anything and not let that happen again.
I'm surprised I don't hear this story more often, because you get in a crash and you look at something and you think it's okay. And was that basically what this was? You thought it was okay and it wasn't?
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing to hide there.
Okay. Well, like I said, that's part of the unfortunate learning process. So, and that second crash that happened because of that, was that one that actually, I remember you said you did some right front damage or something at one point?
Yeah, I mean, basically the same spot on the track that the first crash occurred, ironically. So almost like that. It actually wasn't quite as bad with the wing crash versus the first one. So it was just A-arms and did bend a lower right front A-arm mount. So
okay,
that wasn't too crazy.
Can you purchase those things, or do you have to fabricate those yourself?
Mostly you fabricate them yourself, but Mike McVetta, he built the car, so he still has all the jigs and stuff to dial up those parts. So he's been a big help helping us get the car back on track pretty quick. Okay.
I mentioned we're going to paint and everything. We looking at a new look, or we're going to keep it pretty much the same this year?
Pretty much the same. Just paint the roll cage flat black and going with yellow. Obviously, if we land a sponsor, they may have a say in that. But
sure.
We'd like to keep the family tradition going with the yellow race cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for the right price, we'll do pink polka dots if that's what the sponsor wants, right?
Yeah.
We can make that. How much do you think we're going to race this year? I mean, you talked about some shows that you're thinking about, and of course your brother's going to be overseas for a little bit. So how much do you think you're going to do this year?
So for me, I'm probably going to run 4 to 5 races. It's going to be a part-time schedule again, similar to what we did last year. So I'm looking at Lorraine, the Super Crown Nationals being my first show, and then I'll head up Berlin Raceway for that show. That looks like a fun race. Kind of bummed I missed it last year. Then August we'll probably switch over to the Oswego setup, get Ryan in the car, get ready for Classic with the Mr. Super race and the track championship night, then run Classic, then switch back over for the fall races down at Caraway Speedway, and we're looking at doing the open wheel showdown out in California. So looking forward to those couple shows.
In case you missed it, Caraway is a new show. This is the North-South Shootout. This is down in North Carolina. And you told me you're going to have friends in the area that are going to swing down and check you out for that one, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of friends already planning on making the trip out, doing some camping, tailgating. So it should be a good time.
Do they know much about supers down there? I've asked some of the other guys, and even yesterday I talked to somebody who's going to run an asphalt mod down in Carolina. Says they know all about the supers. Do they?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of transplants from New York and other places living down south. So, I run into Bill fans all the time down here, and I think there's an underground following down here. I think you'd be surprised how many people are familiar with them.
That's 11/8 and 11/9, by the way. That's in November, late in the year. $10,000, and it's a non-point show, so that's going to be kind of nice. Because do we know much about the place at all, Kenyon, or have you been there?
Nope, never been there. Know nothing about it. Obviously being a few hours away, I might pop up there and check the track out and see if I can get some intel.
Yeah, see a regular show, or maybe even call the promoter. Say, hey, what if I get out there and get a couple laps and promote the show? I mean, I've seen situations where some promoters have done that, so you never know. Maybe he can work that out. A lot was made of the merger last year with MSS and ISMA coming together. Everything looked like it went pretty smooth to me. Any thoughts on how the merger ended up working out for everybody?
I mean, it was the first year running a super, so I really don't have much of a
Understandable.
Yeah. Much of a comparison, but I thought with the car counts, I think we had all except for Jennerstown, we had pretty much full fields everywhere we went. So I thought car count wise, was a huge positive.
What is it about this type of car that excites you so much? What is it about a winged Supermodified that makes it so exciting?
Couple things. Number one is the engineering that goes into them. Being a mechanical engineer, that type of stuff always intrigues me. And looking at the car and thinking about, well, can I change this? Can I change that? What is it going to do? How is it going to affect? I might improve something in one area, yet it'll be a disadvantage in another area. So that part excites me, and just the overall flat-out speed of the cars. That just gets my blood going, and it was a lot of fun, and we had some bad luck. Lorraine was had some good runs going there. Finished, but that was my first time in a super ever. Started off that Friday night with just finishing the race. Just want to keep my nose clean, and then by the last race, I finished. I think I finished 14th actually in that race, but I finished on the lead lap, so I thought that was a good accomplishment, and just flat out speed.
Okay.
Yep.
So
the G4 that you pull in the corners is like nothing else.
I've heard that too, and even when you get on the brakes, it'll pull on the belts a little bit and everything there too. So,
yeah.
Do you have a goal, something you'd like to accomplish this year in your second year?
Not crash.
Not crash. Okay, finish races and be
on
the lead lap.
That would be a good accomplishment. But no, I think we had enough speed to get some top 10 finishes if it weren't for those couple crashes. So I think getting some consistent top 10s would be a pretty reasonable goal for us this year.
Yeah, maybe win a heat race, something like that, right? And,
yeah.
And see how it goes from there. So, well, I'll make sure I keep in touch with you. First race then will be the one at Lorraine you're talking about to get started, the Super Crown Nationals. That's going to be that's June 14th and 15th, guys. That's in Amherst, Ohio. They got 40-lapper on Friday, then twin 40s on Saturday. ISMA.com, ISMASupers.com is how you can find out more information. I appreciate your time, man. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks again, Doug.
Make sure to hit the likes, guys, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and we'll be having a lot of good stuff coming up. We'll be at the show this weekend, so we'll hopefully catch some more people there, so look for more stuff here on the channel.